Hey everyone, it's Genesis here, and I'm back with some more Degeneration stuff. I am creating a building system, and for Degeneration, and I'm trying to create a system that handles the objects well. I'm probably inspired by a couple places that I've seen it do really well, like Liberation and a couple other missions I can't remember. Did it really well, and I actually have already recorded for 25 minutes, but I ran into this issue that was boring to watch, is me trying to figure out why this wasn't working. And I think I figured it out. So just really quickly to recap what I have here. Just gonna go through this. It's gonna be a little messy because I was messing around with code. So in Degeneration, the players are gonna decide to build an object. They collect the resources, or they buy it, or whatever, and it spawns it in. And for example, I'm just using a bell tower right now, or I can use an MRAP. Actually, I will use an MRAP for purposes of the showcasing. So I have the MRAP here, and I want to figure out, and I want to show in the world, have a, kind of show the players where it is before they place it down. And while you're showing the players where it is, it needs to not be accessible, it needs to not blow up, it needs to not interact with things, so etc, etc, etc. You get the point. So players will get the vehicle. This line will spawn the vehicle in. Okay, it will make it not able to take damage. It will make it locked, so they can't get in it. It will disable simulation, so this one shouldn't be simulated at all. This code right here tells me that what the vehicle is, that it exists. This right here is where the problem code is, but I'll come back to that. The point of this eventually is going to be, during this recording session, is going to be to make sure that the vehicle doesn't collide with anything. And then here turns the vehicle green, or the object green, so you can see that you're editing. It doesn't work for everything, so I'm going to find a more creative solution later on. And this loop right here keeps it in front of the player, and so this gets the direction of the player here. It gets the size of the object, so how big it is, and then it sets the object, depending on the size of the object and the direction of the player, it sets the object out in front of the player. It then sets the pause here, you see, and then it sets the direction to face the player. And then for testing purposes, when the loop is done, it deletes the vehicle so it doesn't clutter everything. Now, what does that look like? Alright, now it looks like this. Oops. Alt-tab, then it's gone. Oh, that's because my test. Do it again. There it is. And it goes away. Now what's going away is I was testing this up here. So in the bottom left, you're going to see, I'm going to put this up so you can see it here. You're going to see, how do I get my mouse up in here? I don't know. You're going to see, here we go. You're going to see two things right here. MRAP 01 unarmed, MRAP 01 unarmed. While that repeats twice is that because I have a system chat here to tell me what the vehicle is. And then here, this is what's called a remote execute command. And this is supposed to, since the 0 here tells it to go to every single client and server and execute this script. And the script is located here. Now, this right here is called a parameter. This is something you pass to the script or the function, and this is a local object that I'm trying to pass to everyone, like so. And I found something interesting. So if I do create vehicle right here, just normal create vehicle, it shows up with both of them. So it'll pass this variable successfully and everyone will get the correct hint. Now if I change this to create vehicle local, and I haven't thought about this, suddenly it doesn't exist. It's just a local thing. And I guess that might be okay. So it's just a little interesting tidbit we found out. So I thought, hey, that's kind of cool. And now I won't delete because it's an object. Okay, so interesting tidbit about that. So right now we're not going to need that, but I just was messing around with that, and it's honestly really boring. But when I figured it out, what was causing it. So create vehicle local, you can't pass a local vehicle into a global array. I mean, it makes sense. I wasn't thinking about it, but something I never really ran into. So, but what I need to do is have that vehicle not collide with anything. So, and I believe this is a command. What I need to do is use this disable collision with command. And I'm going to do vehicle, disable collision with X, because X is going to mean everything. And there's a command called all map objects, I believe. All map map object. I can't remember. All mission objects. Okay. So this would make it disable collision with all mission objects. That does include more than just vehicles, but I'm just trying to kill everything at once. That way it won't blow up. The image here won't blow up vehicle. It won't blow up anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete that. And I want to test this, so I need to spawn in my own Zeus here. As soon as it activates here, there it goes. Oh, you know, we should start the timer. I'm terrible at that. I am just terrible at that. Okay. So let's get a couple striders. Now I'm going to go ahead and execute that script, and hopefully it won't interact with. Oh, we got an issue here. All mission objects. Invalid number and expression. So maybe all mission objects isn't the right one to use because it pulls up more than just objects. Oh. I'm not using the command correctly. So I need to do that. My bad. See, you'll never remember, at least I will never remember. Maybe some of you out there can, but I will never remember everything there is to know about this game. Alright, now let's try it. Bam! So now I should have no collision. Well, it sure did have collision. You can see it's actually punting these around quite effectively. Like, almost no problem. Look at this. It's awesome though. I mean, that's cool. Maybe I can invent like a new Arma game this way. Look at that. Maybe I can, like, it's like soccer. No, I don't know. Baseball maybe? Let's see. Golf? I think I just invented Arma Golf. Maybe I should make that a little thing. I should make like a mission pack that's nothing but little silly Arma games. See, this one's fine until I shoot it. Where is it? This one doesn't give a fuck. This one like frozen as well. That is interesting. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, why is this one not working? This is a special one. We're gonna ignore that one. Well, that didn't work. I mean, it was spectacular. Didn't work though, so let's try that again. Get some tanks, and you know, gotta get different vehicles to blow up each time. So maybe we need to reverse this as well and disable it with both. I would think that it would do that. Maybe not. Maybe that's not the issue at all. Okay. Did that fix it? Does that command work? I mean, this seems to be just having the hardest time. I didn't even find tanks. I mean, that is cool, but I mean, that's really cool. That's not what I want. I wonder why that's not working. So let's see what this is returning. Does it not return those tanks, I wonder? Maybe I need to read more about that command. Okay, MRAP. MPT cannon, there they are right there. Okay. We're gonna do all. It might take a little bit longer time to execute than I'm thinking. So I'm gonna do sleep 0.1 just to make sure, and we're gonna test one more time. I'm gonna put a sleep 0.1 in here. This is just for testing purposes. Okay. There she is. I'm gonna give it a moment. I'm even gonna put a system chat done in here. Whoops. So they're fine now, and then, well, it seems to work for like a second, and then it doesn't. Does that command even work? Is this even a thing? Why does this feel like it's not working? Okay, they're both local to my machine. Ah, this command doesn't disable collision between physics objects. There's our problem. So how do we disable that? Is there even a way? You think disable simulation would do that? Does it for that one of them? Well, I'm gonna go to Google. Oops, disable. Ah! Oh my gosh. What am I doing? So that is unfortunate. That doesn't disable. Jeez. Why is that word hard for me to like remember? And I doubt there's any command about that. Yeah. Okay. So we have this inherent problem with this system. So I like this for me to place objects, so the players can see where it is. I'm like, okay, it needs to go there. But I swipe it into a vehicle and say, I don't know, someone turns the vehicle on to get the physics going, right? And then I just happen to swipe by. Oh, that didn't work. I just... yeah, and there it goes. It's just not okay. It's definitely not okay. How are we going to get around that? And creating vehicle local solves a problem for other players. If it's not local to my machine, you shouldn't do it, maybe? I mean, this command's worthless. It doesn't disable physics. Okay, let's do one last test here. Oh, it's already done. Huh. Okay, this definitely won't work because this was spawned in afterwards. Yep. Whoa! Get out of here. Get out of here. Let's try again. Okay, it's done. Didn't care. That's an interesting problem. interesting problem. Okay, so I'm gonna save this part for now. I feel like it's a little useless because it doesn't do what I need to do. You think disable collision will disable physics. Bohemia, thank you so much, and you leave no way for us to disable it. Frustrating. Why? Why? That seems like a half-assed command. Okay. So we need to do something that's going to be really annoying to do, and that's okay. We need to pull the nearest object. To the vehicle. Okay. Yep, just going to grab this. So nearest object, no. Nearest object to that position. We're just going to do all. Same thing with the class name, I don't care about. Okay. If no distance and L is, oh, all my brother's poking me. Let me, whoop. Let's see if no distance is less than the size divided by 2, then, okay, so what I'm thinking is, I'm going to pull the distance of the nearest object besides the object itself, and if it is greater than the distance between the nearest, if it's too close to the nearest object, it won't set the position. Okay, this is the rough. There's gonna be some problems with this. I can already see in my mind, but we're gonna go ahead and just give her a test of ruining here. Okay, I'm immediately seeing some problems with. Okay, but it's, you know, I'm actually kind of happy with how that's turning out. I like that. This player just can't really see clearly where they're trying to place it. Let me just fix this quick. I have an idea. Then let me go ahead and start the server really quick. So these are the kind of things you have to really work around when it comes to this game. Like, okay, so now it's not super smooth because just adding in that if statement, just adding in that alone apparently causes it to be pretty slow with this distance check, which sucks. This nearest object seems, maybe nearest object is really slow. Like, what's near objects maybe? Nearest objects. And let's see, maybe this is quicker. I don't know. Let's mess around with it a little bit. So maybe man, I'm just getting all sorts of messages today. Okay, so let's do all, and it only needs to be, say, 100 meters. And we'll do, and now select 0 to get the first one out of the array. And we're gonna go ahead and cancel this. And launch it. That doesn't seem to work at all, so let's do a system chat format. I mean, it's smooth again. It doesn't work. And so let's go ahead and... Whoops. Dang it. I hit the wrong button. It's actually false. Save. Run. And execute. I can see it is... Oh, it's crapping out. That's me in that array. Okay. So what I need to do then is to take nearest objects equals minus player. And this isn't an efficient way to do this by any means. Minus vehicle. Okay. There it goes. Seems pretty nice. And oh, I'm liking that. Look at that. That feels much better to me. Now, will it work? I'm not sure. I actually like that a lot. Let me see how much time. Okay. So, let's test this. And this should be even compatible with newly spawned in things. Alright, yeah, look at that. Okay. Sometimes it's, it's not perfect. And I know this might annoy some people. It totally depends. So look at that, it's inside of it. So why is it allowing me to do this? Yeah, but not that. So it's not perfect yet. There's a stop there. Okay, so let's look in maybe why it's nearest object. The closest one will be first in the array. Nearest objects. And I use nearest objects. Nearest object does sort it's the closest one. Okay, so I need to see which object it's considering, so I'm gonna do this. Marker 1 and delete vehicle M1. So I'm also going to create okay. I want this big old pointer and well, I should probably do this command correctly for one. So this will go here. Okay, and then I want this M1 set pause, get pause. Okay, let's do this. Pause equals get pause. No. Select 0. This will be pause, select 0. So I'm doing here is going to put this arrow above the vehicle. I'm going to put these in brackets. I'm going to do +5 so I can see it. And that should let me know which one it is considering as the closest object. And I'm not actually seeing it. Did I save it? I did save it. Hmm. Interesting. Well, I mean, 5 should be enough, but let's do 10. And we're going to do this. Let's spawn in the pointer in. But it's not putting it above where I want it. Interesting. Huh. Ow. Oh, is it just too high? I wasn't noticing it. Let's do a 3 here. Is that too low now? Or am I really just not seeing it? Okay, let's find something I know I can see well. I'm gonna do this giant sphere because I know I can see that. I know that thing exists. Yep. I don't know why it's jittering so much. Oh. Okay. I see. It was picking that as the closest object. Because I can see what object it's considering. It's that one. Now it's that one. Now it's that one. Okay. So if I do this, is it still that one? So now it's stopping it. It's not updating. See, why is that now not updating? Now it is. So something's wrong with the formula. And I actually kind of like that. I do kind of like that. So I'm going to change this. That. I'm going to just test this really quick. I think I might keep that in so players can tell. Whoops. Type of. Oh, that vehicle may be stuck there forever now. That's okay. Oh! Another issue. Type number expected object. Oh, that's because I'm being silly. And this needs to be. Make sure it stops just in case. Okay, not count with health players. What it's considering. It doesn't seem like it updates quick enough. Even though I know, like, see how smooth it is? I know it's updating fast enough. Because it's not attached to me. It's constantly going through this really fast. You can tell by the bottom left here. So. And this should be constantly moving. Oh, this is player. See, that's my problem. I'm doing player. See little mistakes like that. Yeah, I bet some of you probably even spotted that at home. I was like, come on, why? So we need to do that there, and then now, if I do this, I should update. Okay, that seems to work actually fairly well. So right now I'm trying to trick it, right? Okay. That's almost a little bit too far as well. So what if... Uh-huh. 2. 5 by 2. I actually really like that. You can kind of see like, okay, it's a little too close. Because as a player, you can still move. You can kind of see, alright. So maybe I can get over here. Maybe I can put it here. Okay. I actually really like that. Now, let's try this with a different object. What if we make it I don't know, a freaking bell tower? Something just massive. Okay, first thing you'll notice, it's not green. But, however, it still seems to have the same impact. And I like this because this won't let players put something too big, too close to other things, and it won't explode. And open field, pretty much have free reign. Yes, this will restrict players in some degrees, and we need to test it in an actual play environment. But I'm actually pretty happy with this right now. And now I'm wondering if I can go and take this here. Okay. And I can do vehicle, disable collision with player. So that way I can actually continue to walk through it. Whoops. Oh, jeez. Oh, man, I'm just messing all this up. False. Ghost. So say I get it stuck, like right there. I can actually keep walking through it so it won't block my path. I am actually happy with that. So you can see that took alone more than, I mean, this took me an hour and a half-ish to get done because of some of the random issues I ran into, but I like this. This seems smooth. I mean, it's with lag and all that, it won't be as smooth, but you know, it's functional. And so we'll need to put it to Degen next and give it a test, and that'll probably be the next video. Actually, no, probably 2 videos for that because I'm looking. I need to implement the add actions and all that. So we have 2 minutes left. I can probably get a basic add action in that when I press it, it puts the building down and creates it. Okay, so let's go to add action because I always forget. Add actions are sometimes the bane of my existence. Just do something simple here. So we're going to do up here, I am going to do, and I want to make this a bit more fancy. I'm going to do place object. And we're going to do, I'm thinking, build complete equals true. And at the beginning of this script, okay, define global variables complete equals false. and while as active do, and if, and so if that is true, then I want to do this. Complete vehicle is going to be the same create vehicle there, and then I want it to CV. So what I want to do is save the positions of everything else. Saved pos 1 equals get pos vehicle. Yep. Get pos vehicle. Save direction 1 equals get dir vehicle. Okay, so now those are saved. And now we have to do this. CV set pos SP1. Let's go CV set dir SD1. There, so now what it'll do is it'll save the positions of the vehicle. It'll create the vehicle, and this time it will be global. And it will set pos the direction. And what we'll do is do s active equals false. Okay, so let's give that a test, and then we'll call it good. Well, first of all, false. Whoops. Okay, there's an add action. It won't remove, I don't believe. So I can see you can walk through this still. Place object. Now it's there. So I'm actually pretty happy with that. We're gonna end that here. And the next time I'll be finishing up the add actions and probably getting it ready. Maybe get it into Degen, depends on how long the add actions take. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you.